Today's horoscope from Astrocademy, Gemini November 12, 2021. There are different paths to success. For some they are more visible than for others, so do not feel committed to doing the same as others. It is the energy of Libra in the Regency, which would make you more cautious than before, making you have more clarity in your decisions. Control your emotions. It is part of the moon that, in its low luminosity, would be making you think twice before moving forward. Remember that not everything has to be a perfectionist. Suddenly it is better to find advice from a good friend than to keep what you feel. You would understand once and for all that insisting on some things does not always mean that you are persevering. Gemini Daily Horoscope for today, Friday, November 12, 2021. Libra in its Regency indicates that you could have a little anxiety and make them respond as you want, without needing to insist. If you don't let everything flow properly, you would feel uncomfortable. The poet who lives in you could resurface today. You have a romantic spirit and a proud soul. Right now you may be attracted to a sweet and pretty creature. You probably don't know her very well, but you are inspired to woo him and hold his attention. Show yourself in your best light. Send her an email that will make her laugh, then take her to a fancy cafe. The rest is yours. Your reactions surprise those around you. Try to make yourself clearly understood. Your thirst for life can make you advance in sometimes eccentric explorations. Your daredevil side could cost you some disappointments. Take your time to organize yourself. You will have the energy to follow your ideas through. But do not wait for the approval of others. Go for it as soon as you are certain of feasibility. Today your imagination and creativity are overflowing. In the domain of your loves, your originality seduces. You are receptive. You make room for love and tenderness. You will not be disappointed at all. Include a boiled egg in your diet. It could be for breakfast or lunch. Dinner is very delicate and it would not necessarily be a good idea to consume it at that time of day. To complement the energy that this protein contains, slice a tomato and add an avocado so you can realize how important it is to combine foods. You might want to praise laziness today. The planetary energies are plunging you into a lethargy that will be difficult for you to counter. Instead of struggling, give yourself a quick nap after lunch. And don't force yourself to make physical efforts. It's a waste of time. Stay near the coffee machine. You will need a good dose of excitement so as not to dive into your files. Cold sweats, tachycardia, dizziness, tremors. You feel like you are going crazy and are afraid of collapsing at any moment. A native of the third decan, you live in fear. You may be suffering from panic attacks. You are not risking anything, but your morale can be affected. If so, try to reduce the sources of stress and consider a few days of rest. Before that, limit the stimulants. Do not abandon your plans. It is possible that you suddenly stop before the despair that would be in charge of an economic downturn. For this, you would have the 9 on your side, which would be generating the best possible for you today. If you have a chance of getting a rabbit-shaped amulet, you could multiply your money by bringing it on a keychain. The entire lunar cycle, i.e. 28 days, has led you to wonder about your part of childhood. Your ability to get enthusiastic, to be amazed, goes a little against your behavior in society, which is rather reserved. Your inner quest is not about to end as the road is long until you discover yourself. You plan to opt for more rigorous management. You have given good necklaces. It is time to take stock to change your course. You have questions to ask your banker. Dare to formulate them with ease. The return of the moon in a friendly sign does you a lot of good. Gone are the delays, the frustrations, the pessimism, the lack of enthusiasm. The exchanges multiply. You meet original people, sometimes eccentric, always interesting. Being grateful maintains a high vibration so that you can achieve the agreements that are necessary for the benefit of both parties. The conjunction between the moon and Venus would be making things turn in your favor. Stick with the people you consider to be the most congruent, not those who only visit you for convenience. Perhaps now is the time to seriously think about the future of your romantic life. Do you think you are ready to get involved? Have you met the man/woman of your life? You do not know if you are ready to give up on your cherished freedom, but it does not prevent it is time to devote yourself a little more to those you love. Lovers, husband or wife, child, parent, all of them today hope for some signs of affection. Your competitive spirit cannot fade even in front of the chosen one of your heart. You can't help but pit yourself against others, taking umbrage at their successes instead of rejoicing in them. The presence of Mars in your sky indicates that you might be showing aggression, dominated by an impossible thirst for the podium. Single, you favor partners whom you think you can master. A domineering attitude that will have the consequence of scaring away a proud Sagittarius. You may feel intolerant of some criticism that comes from colleagues who are not very honest or sincere. But for that, you have the rulership of the moon, which would fill you with luminosity, and you would be making everything flow as it should be. Do not allow anyone to comment on what they have no idea. Better let life surprise you by distancing yourself from whoever prevents you from moving forward. Today you will be fascinated by the seventh art and music. You might want to get started in making a film, collaborating on video, or sound editing for a short film. You might also decide to capitalize on your film culture by writing a few movie reviews for a movie buff site. And if you do your job seriously, it is not impossible that we are interested in you for a more lasting collaboration. The planetary atmosphere is favorable to you. Neptune supports people of your sign. It's a good day to start entrepreneurship. Your banker will support you in your efforts. If you are employed in a large company, one of the things you might ask for is a raise. It will most certainly be granted to you. You will create new bonds with some of your colleagues. You will understand the importance of having people to lean on in the event of a decline in motivation. If you are going through a difficult time, know that those close to you will be listening today. Your family can be very understanding and particularly attentive to your well-being. All you have to do is open yourself up to them, and they will be ready to help you straight away. On the other hand, beware of your friendly circle. Neptune's position can portend disappointment. So it will be better to focus on your family, who seem to have better intentions.